Melee's Kirby was never supposed to be good. Unlike most of Melee's low tiers who suffer from some sort of flawed design, Kirby is unique in that he feels deliberately undertuned. And that's because he was. In Smash 64, Kirby was considered one of the best characters. Put simply, he had amazing speed, power, and range. The development team knew he was overpowered, and would nerf him in the North American release for Smash 64. But even then, Kirby was still incredibly overtuned. It's in the transition to Melee where Sakurai and the team made sure Kirby would lose everything that made him so effective on the 64. The most damaging nerf was a significant reduction in his ground and air speed. This is essentially a death sentence in a platform fighter where movement is everything. Not only was his damage output and KO potential lowered, but none of his moves are really able to connect with each other. They're either too slow or too awkward to create meaningful combos, and his grab game is nearly useless outside of the occasional down throw tech chase. Then factor in his light weight and exploitable recovery, and the same character who struggles to close out stocks becomes one of the easiest characters in the game to kill. Kirby's transition from 64 to Melee was so rough that some fans speculate Sakurai was self-conscious about his own creation being a dominant character, and intentionally made sure Kirby would be weak in Melee. That's never been confirmed, but what is confirmed is that Kirby sits firmly at the bottom of the tier list, a contender for the worst character in the game. Despite his complete unviability, a few dedicated players have tried to utilize the pink puffball in competitive play. Triple R, a Minnesota Kirby main, managed to get power ranked in his state and rack up a fair amount of good wins against ranked players from other regions. But perhaps the most famous Kirby result belongs to Serial Rabbit, a NorCal Kirby main who took a set off Armada. Although it's not as amazing as it sounds, because Armada was incredibly drunk and playing random secondaries just to have a good time. Then again, with how stacked the odds are against Melee Kirby, perhaps he should take any wins he can get.